Hastur Center for Wellness. Dr. Joshua Seen. This is group therapy session 47.2. Group number 1. Patients present are Myra Oliver, Riley Finch, Laura Morales, and Billy Hunter. It's been a few weeks, ladies. How are we doing? How are we feeling?
That's really what you're going to ask us?
Would you prefer a different question?
Well, I mean, it's just, how do you expect us to be doing?
I suppose hence the check-in. I can imagine you're still a little apprehensive. Did you not sleep last night, Myra?
Why would you ask that?
Just so far a rather consistent pattern of dreams about your brother, leading to irregular sleep patterns.
Maybe I didn't sleep last night because I don't trust the people here to let me wake up in the morning.
Do you trust the rest of your group?
I trust the rest of my group, of course. But I'm just saying that some of the orderlies here, I don't know what their intentions are. So, the best way for me to ensure that I wake up in the morning and that every other one of these women wakes up in the morning is for me to just stay awake.
Fair enough. How do the three of you feel about that? Do you feel the need to stay awake, stay on guard?
I mean, we've complained about the orderlies before. It doesn't do anything.
We do discuss your issues. I promise you that. It's trust me when I say. I mean, we don't have to say the orderlies. We can talk about Joey.
Joey's a fucking asshole.
He is. You know, I don't necessarily like to use labels, but I could
It fits.
describe Joey as sure a fucking asshole. He's
Thank you.
good at his job, good at keeping you safe, whether you understand that or not, or whether you accept that or
He's not keeping
not.
us safe.
No.
Do you not feel safe here?
No.
No.
What does what does your intuition tell you about whether or not you should feel safe here or not?
I don't feel safe. I'm completely on board. And I think all of us are on the same page with that.
And is that your opinion, or?
I think it's all of our opinion, as you just heard, if you were listening. But yeah, I don't get a good feeling from Joey. I don't get a good feeling from anyone, but I think he's especially aggressive.
And what does the I've been struggling with how to term it. You insist that it's not a voice necessarily. What does it have to say about Joey and your general situation?
Okay, see, I feel like you're provoking me when you ask questions like that. Hey, tell me what voice you hear in your head. Like, what's that saying? Like, that sounds like he's provoking me. Does that sound like that to you guys?
He is provoking you.
Okay.
It feels like a
Please
leading
don't
question.
use that against me. I don't think that's right.
It was a simple question. I was just curious whether or not your opinions about how you're treated right now, or yours, are informed by this this sensation, this presence.
Are you suggesting that she's not in control of her own thoughts and feelings? That there's some other entity inside of her head that's compelling her to act in a certain way?
That was very specific, Myra.
All I'm saying is that it's very interesting that we come in here and you ask these leading questions that try to make it seem like we're out of control of our own actions, when in actuality you are attempting to control all of our actions and to convince us that we are not in control and that we are in fact crazy, which is not the case.
I would absolutely never call the four of you crazy. But I do want to talk to you about control a little bit, Myra, since you brought up the idea. Were you in control when the entity that took over your brother attacked you?
Yes. Of course I was in control. I had to defend myself.
Against, and I'm sorry, to read directly from the report.
It was like
I'd rather hear it from you.
inside out creature. It was like it was a man, but it was bigger than like a normal man, and like all of his insides had been turned out, and there were these just like gaping black holes for eye sockets.
And when the authorities found the creature that you had dispatched, it
turned. It looked like Trevor, like my brother, but I don't know if that is true. What I'm saying is that I think that you are tampering with evidence. You are trying to convince us that our memories are false, and they're not. Because you are in league with whatever it is that took over my brother, or masqueraded as a brother to me for years. I don't know.
Laura, how do you feel about the idea of something larger being at work here?
Honestly, I don't even know why I'm divulging this to you, but you make us feel more like suspects than patients. And there is such a lack of autonomy that there has to be something bigger. And if I'm resorted to whatever your idea of powerless is, I'll do what I have to do to get answers, but I don't trust any of you people.
Understand. Billy? I know that you and I very rarely seem like we're on the right foot, but
Yeah, I would agree with that.
okay. You know, I think it would be helpful to give the four of you a little bit of break from group today. I know it can be a lot, and I know it can be intense. I'll go ahead and cancel your one-on-ones today as well, and just kind of give you the day to roam a little bit, use the courtyard, use the rec room, use your room. Obviously, the orderlies and unfortunately Joey will be, on the rounds as usual to keep an eye out. To keep
Can I ask a question?
Of course.
What would it take Joey doing for you not to trust him, or for him to not be in charge of us?
He's never gonna not trust Joey.
Right.
Yeah.
Like, what would it take? I need you to tell me that, because so far he's done a lot of things that are not okay, and we're all just victim to this constantly. We keep telling you, and you just keep vindicating it.
And you're okay with it.
I'm not expecting turn-down service, but yelling fire to wake me up? Probably not the healthiest thing for a patient.
Yeah.
I want to know
I
why
wasn't aware of
sometimes
that
he locks the
specifically.
doors.
One of the last times that I
Locking the doors is
slept-
for your own safety.
Yeah, but Sarah doesn't lock the doors. Joey locks the doors. I want to be able to get out of my room when I want to get out of my room.
Yes.
What if there is a fire?
Then someone
Joey
will be
locks
there
the
to let
doors.
you out.
Who, Joey?
No one's gonna let us out in the event of a fire. You would let us all burn because it's exactly what you want.
I think we're gonna end there. Go ahead and give the four of you the day, and we'll check in tomorrow morning.
Oh, tomorrow morning it's gonna be so different.
Go ahead and enjoy the rest of your day. Myra, if you can check in with Sarah. A few packages did arrive for you. I know you had asked for a few things.
Okay.
Ladies, enjoy your day.
Good talk.
We cut to chaos. The hallway at nighttime, Alice's body lying on the ground, Laura, Billy being dragged from the body back to their rooms, Paul dragging Billy, Jack dragging Laura away. this sort of prone body. You see Joey and Sarah. You see Dr. Scene sort of circling. Definitely an air of panic. No one really keeping their cool right now. The doctor sort of speaking as to Sarah as he looks back and forth from the body to his orderlies. The two of you are being pulled away.
What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck was that? What the fuck just happened?
I remember where I've seen that face before. Where? What are you talking about? Alice, I've seen Alice before. I remember where I've seen Alice before.
And as Billy and as Laura yells that, the two of you are pulled into your respective rooms. Orderly standing at the door.
Laura, where did you see her? What are you talking about?
The doors close behind you.
Laura!
You can hear.
Do you think someone's listening?
Probably.
I know where I've seen that face before, but I don't trust anyone here to not use that against me. I need to tell you, but we need to be alone.
My door is locked.
Riley, you can hear the rest of the group. Suddenly you can hear Billy and Laura speaking. And if anything in your body language sort of shows that you want to sort of turn and join into that conversation, the one of the men in black standing on either side of you just takes a look. A few hours pass. The sun rises. You know the sun rises because Paul comes by, unlocks your bedrooms, opens your doors. Riley, at this point, you're alone. And as your doors open, you see that across the hall, the fourth door from across the hall is opened, and Myra is sitting on her bed. And the orderly, Paul, says, hope everyone got a little bit of sleep. We're just going to have a quick breakfast, and then the doctor's going to come check in with everyone. So if everyone can just go to the cafeteria.
Paul. What happened to Alice?
That was... You know, that was terrible. I know we're allowed a certain amount of back and forth with the four of you, and that was...
Terrible? That was terrible?
Her face exploded.
What?
That poor girl. I thought she had gotten better. She was... The doctor's going to check in with everyone about it and sort of give you the full rundown. But I just... I want you to know that this... the staff... we're... Sarah didn't even come in to work today. Joey's taking a half day. Everyone's pretty shook up. So but Dr. Scene's going to check in with the four of you at breakfast. So
Are we all in the hallway together?
you can be. You're perfectly able to step out of your rooms.
So we can see Myra.
Yes.
Myra.
Where have you been? Are you okay?
Did they hurt you?
Were you here this whole time?
No.
What do you mean?
I went to go get packages. I should have known that they were trying to thwart me, though, because as I said, we can't trust anyone here. You said it right, Laura, that we were being treated like we were suspects. not like we were patients. They know that we know too much. We know something is going on here, and we have to get out.
Ladies, breakfast. Please.
I don't know how I can eat any of this.
What happened to Alice? I just was,
Sort of walking and talking at this point.
Yeah.
I was just kind of a little out of it, I guess, just tired from, just what happened. I think I fell asleep.
Did you hear any of the commotion?
No. I was locked away in some operating room or something.
She was a new girl, and every orderly kept telling us not to talk to her.
Right.
And Billy, maybe I'm wrong, but
Like her forehead started pulsating, and she was screaming. And
you saw it too.
It was getting bigger, like there was something growing in her. It was like you could see it throbbing, and she was screaming this crazy shit.
About how
What was she screaming?
the light, we're getting, like, it's coming.
And then her fucking face exploded. Her fucking face exploded. I don't know what to tell
What do
you.
mean
Like
it exploded?
It
How does it even
exploded,
happen?
like blood and
It looked like
brains
she was shot.
everywhere,
Like a
like in front of me, like on, like her part were on my hand, like I'm I don't know.
She was dead.
Yeah. And they just dragged us away, and
Did the orderlies do something?
I don't know. They just dragged us away.
And you're
locked
sure
us
that
in our
she's
room.
dead. She didn't, like, I know this might sound strange, but she didn't get back up and...
I
Her
know it,
head exploded, Myra. She's not going to get back up.
Yes, but...
it was her eyes. There was nothing behind them anymore. I know what it looks like when something's gone, and she was gone, and
As you sort of step into the cafeteria, Paul's sort of giving you guys a respectful distance behind you. Dr. Scene is sitting at your usual table, and he has a tray of breakfast sitting in front of him. He looks like he probably hasn't slept. But as he sees the four of you come in, he gestures a little bit and gestures for the four of you to sit down with him.
I do so, but, like, if it's, like, a cafeteria kind of table situation...
It is.
I'm at, like, the furthest end of the bench that you can be.
Perfect.
I sit next to Myra.
I kind of stand next to them.
Okay. Laura.
what do you mean, Laura?
Oh, sorry, that was me asking
You know
what
what I
you were doing.
saw last night? You know what we all saw last night?
At this point, the sort of picture is that he's literally just on one end of the table where the four of you would normally sit. Your breakfast trays are actually next to him, and the four of you kind of moved down there, and he sort of... I do. And he sort of gets up, stands, takes the first tray, walks it over to the four of you. Last night was impossibly hard. Alice, without giving too much of her medical or confidential
Really? You're worried
confidential
about breaking
information away.
doctor-patient confidentiality now?
I am. As he talks, he continues to sort of move your trays over to your end of the table and then takes his spot back at his end. Your rooms should not have been unlocked last night. I'm so sorry that happened in front of you. Alice was not well. She was a patient previous to you. And showed up yesterday unannounced. We felt like the smartest thing to do was to bring her in immediately. I had no idea how quite so far off she had gotten. And
What are you
watching a
talking about?
woman-
What are you talking about? Her face exploded. You're talking about her being a patient? What happened? What
Billie
did you
Eilish-
do to her?
Billie Eilish shot herself in front of you last night.
With what gun?
Yes.
That's not what I saw.
Did anybody here hear a bang?
No.
No.
The bang is what alerted us to the situation and what was
This
going on.
is exactly what you always do. Is you try and convince us that these things that we see that are real and that are not normal are caused by something that's explainable.
They didn't hear anything. We didn't see a gun. She had her hands on me. Billy washed her brains off of her.
She was looking at me when it happened. There was nothing in her hand. I saw what I saw.
You
There
were
was
saying
no
there
gun.
was like a pulse, right?
It was pulse. It was like growing out of her fucking head. Shoot her. What?
I know that this is. I know you. I want to validate that you saw what you saw. However, the atmosphere here, the environment, the stress, the medications that you're on. What happened last night was a tragedy. But
That's
I'm sure
horseshit.
you
I
will.
can't even get a fucking nail file. She had a gun. That's horseshit.
How'd she get a gun in here?
It's horseshit.
We couldn't even sneak a pen.
she didn't sneak it in.
Interesting. So there was just a gun here.
You just let her walk in armed.
Security guards don't even have guns. What are you talking about?
I'll be upfront with you. Sarah brought a weapon in against hospital policy. It was hers. She had left it in her room. She's been let go.
Let go.
The only orderly that treated us like a person is gone.
Well, Paul treats you somewhat like a person, I think. and
Somewhat
so
like
does
a
Jack.
person. That's great. Somewhat. Oh, thank God. He treats us somewhat like
Paul is
people,
a
guys.
wet
I feel
rat.
great.
I will remind you, it is not their job to
To treat us like people.
be your friend.
But I just saw Sarah.
Is she in trouble now?
When did you see Sarah?
Yesterday.
She was still here yesterday. I'll leave the four of you to your breakfast. If you have any questions or if you'd like to talk about this further, I'll be in my office. Otherwise, I'll give you for the day. This is going to take a lot to process. Stands up, kind of gives the four of you a moment to say anything you might have to say.
I need to tell y'all something in the quad.
Okay.
As far away as we can from Joey, Paul, or whatever moron is watching after us today.
Okay. I'm gonna look around for whatever orderly is supposed to be keeping an eye on us.
It's Paul. He's just sort of standing at the
Paul.
entrance of the cafeteria.
I'm gonna go up to him.
Okay.
Paul,
Hmm.
we've just had such an ordeal. I mean, I was
know.
in solitary confinement for like the last 24 hours, and everyone else is telling me that they saw a girl's head explode. Do you think it would be possible for you to just maybe go track down a pack of cigarettes?
I mean, go ahead and roll your charm.
Okay.
Can we hear them?
Yeah, she's talking.
That's a failure. Do we have any rerolls?
Oh, you guys have quite a few rerolls,
great.
actually.
Cool.
You have 15.
Oh
my God.
I will
My.
use one.
Absolutely use one.
or more. Who knows?
Just use all 15.
Yeah, just all 15. That is a 4. So that's a success because my charm is 70.
That is very much a success. Paul kind of looks around and he's like, give me a second. And picks up his walkie. And he's just like, hey, Jack. Can you pop up to the cafeteria? Yeah, I just got to run by for just a second. You kind of hear mumbling sort of over on the other side. Yeah, okay. Just got kind of a sweet spot for you. And she says, you know, eat your breakfast.
It would probably be better, too, if you'd go and just, like, sneak them into my room because, you know, we got to keep it on the down low.
Yeah. Of course.
All right.
Of course. Paul straight up just leaves the four of you. He heads back down. He heads right on back down the hall towards the direction of Dr. Scene's office.
All right, come on.
Oh, nice, Myra.
God, I missed you.
Right?
All right. You know why those eyes looked familiar?
Why?
To all of us. They were never alive to begin with. That dead look in our eyes. It didn't change after her head exploded. And the second she hit the ground, with that hole in her head, I realized I've taken a picture of that before.
What?
Of
Like
Alice?
already?
Alice specifically, the way she hit the ground, the way her body hit the ground, the hole in her head. They can't know this. The
No.
people here can't know this.
Of course not. Yeah.
But before all of the cutesy photographer shit, before all of the headshots and the maternity photos and all of that, I had to find a way to make money. And crime scene just, it pays well.
So,
She was the first photo I took of it.
how long ago?
God, like 6-7 years ago, and I used a different name. I listened to police blotters, and I showed up where I had to. I took the photos and I turned them in. And the second I could, I got out of it, because that stays with you. I never thought I'd ever see any of it again. Alice was the first photo I ever took of any of that world.
Can I ask you something? What actually happened to her the first time you took that, when you actually took that photo? Do you remember?
I got a lead. It was allegedly a self-harm case, but every photo I took, it just didn't feel like it. It wasn't even found in her hand. It looked like
They planted it.
it looked like it was too perfect. But I didn't ask questions. I just took the photos. I just went where they sent me. I went where I was supposed to go. But
You think it was a setup?
out of all of them, her face is in my memory forever, because it was too pristine. It was too cut and dry. It didn't feel right. I never felt right about it.
How did she die?
They said she shot herself, but nothing about that scene, nothing about those photos indicated that.
So you think that it was a setup? Like someone organized this?
I absolutely do.
Well, hey, ladies, it looks like you're done with your breakfast. There's a woman standing in the door. You've never seen her before. She's wearing an orderly's uniform. She's shorter. An older woman, mid-40s. mid to late 40s, sort of this shock of red hair, just kind of almost going everywhere. Huge smile on her face, seems very pleasant. Kind of the nice aunt that shows up on Christmas almost is kind of like the vibe that you get.
I don't believe we've had the pleasure of making your acquaintance.
We have not, and I am so sorry. I'm going to get used to everyone's names, and I better because there are 4 of you, and my brain is well enough equipped for that. I'm Cherry. One of you is Laura. One of you is Billy. One of you is Myra, and one of you is Riley. Locked in. I've been told today is a pretty relaxed day. Well, relaxed in terms of schedule. I apologize for the choice of words. I understand that we're meeting under some fairly dire circumstances, but I'm just here to keep an eye and see if you need anything.
Sorry,
so don't mind me.
Didn't catch your name?
Oh, I apologize. Ugh, my head. I'm Cherry. Hello.
Cherry. Right.
Are you replacing Sarah?
I got a call. I asked if I'd come over from the other county, and here we are. That's my story.
Well, great to meet you.
Great to meet y'all. I'm not here.
What?
Go about you. I'm not here. I'm not here. I don't want to bother.
Right,
You know,
yep.
I'm not
Got it.
here.
Right.
Right, all right.
You're struggling to recall just the 4 of our names. How are you going to handle all the other patients?
Oh, well, I suppose I was just being pleasant, Myra, and I know your names.
Can you name some other patients?
Or you
At this facility?
Yes.
Well, the 4 of you are it.
That seems so strange to me.
Well, it honestly it does to me a little bit too, but I'm not here to question what Dr. Scene does and what he thinks. I'm just here to, lend a hand, lend a little bit of elbow grease,
But
and
Have you ever worked with Dr. Scene before?
I have not. I'm from North County. Every now and then, I'll come down and help where I'm needed, whether it's here, whether it's at the hospital, or
At North County, did you have more patients?
sure, it's
more than 4.
It's more of a traditional ward, I'd say.
Traditional.
What does that mean?
Well, he specializes here with this group idea, this stronger together. Sort of what would you call it? A philosophy, I suppose.
Okay, so
North County's more of just a traditional, honestly, a little more of a draconian. You wake up, we put medicine in you, you fall asleep, and if you wake up again, we put medicine in you, and after 20 days, we check you out, and in between that time, I just try to make sure that your bed's as comfortable as I can make it. I don't love the process there, but it is what it is. I'm not the boss.
You like the process here?
I don't really know the process here yet, but
Okay. You seem to know quite a bit of his methods, so what he's trying to do with this small group thing.
well, it's interesting, I suppose, and small community, people talk.
do you like what you do?
I do. I started as a nurse in ER, and I like the pace of this better. I feel like I'm able to make a little more of an impact. I'm able to help someone get through something rather than help someone survive something immediate, like a trauma wound in the ER. If that makes sense. Does that make a lick of sense? Sometimes
Yeah.
I just.
No, that makes sense. Would you say that
At this point, she sort of sits down. It just okay. We're talking. Us girls is talking, so she sort of has a seat at one of the tables.
Look, I know you'll come to find out kind of how things are run here.
Are you
But
gonna eat
you
that tater
sound-
tot? None of you have touched your food.
Please.
I will take those tots.
Okay. Please, have at it.
She kind of leans over, takes.
Well, it sounds like you're really passionate about your job, and it sounds like you have our best interests at heart. Is that right?
That's an odd statement to make, but certainly.
Well, I mean, it's basically we are a small group. We do need to build trust, so it's just something we tend to want to know about new people.
Understood.
That's important to us. I feel like acting on your own accord is something that we appreciate and we respond well to.
As Riley is talking to Cherry, Laura, you find yourself just more and more kind of just staring at this lady's like giant mass of red hair, and you just can't help but you kind of keep flicking back to that red exit light sort of spilling over Alice. And as their conversation continues, I want you to roll against your sanity.
And that's with the
percentile.
percentile.
Yeah.
That is a 76.
And your sanity starting looks like it was 60.
Yeah, so that'll be a fail.
We do a reroll if that's
Sure.
We got
Got
15
money.
of them, so go
Yeah, my
crazy.
God.
Oh, you now have 16 of them. Thank you,
Oh,
chat.
Jesus Christ!
I'm using one again.
That'd be a critical
Go for it.
failure.
Okay,
So.
96 would have been critical immediately.
Yes, that would have been bad.
Oh my God! Roll these ones. These rolled low.
Yeah. I'm gonna use one more.
Okay.
Oh, man, the dice just want me to lose my mind today.
Yeah, they really do, man.
86, I guess.
All right. Hilly, go ahead and roll 1d6.
1.
Okay, you lose 1 point. As Riley and Cherry are talking, you almost have this involuntary reaction. You just whack your tray off the table.
Oh.
Honey? She kind of stands up. Laura, you all right?
You know, Cherry, I really get the sense that you want to help people. You're not going to do that here. People don't get helped here.
Okay, sweetie, I'm going
We
to
get
need you to
worse.
calm down just a little bit. Breathe
We just
for
get
me.
worse. We just all
breathe
get
for me,
worse.
Hun. Ladies, and you can walk behind us if you want, but I'm going to go ahead and walk Laura back to her room.
She's fine.
Yeah.
We can all go together, but I think it's time to just relax a little bit and just give her a little bit of time to breathe.
Well, what if we had an outdoors time?
Yes.
I think that would be great. Just
Laura,
some
what
fresh
would
air.
you? Laura, what would you need?
Fresh air is good.
A little fresh air? All
Fresh
right.
air is good.
Let's go to the
Let's
courtyard.
go to the courtyard. Let's go to the courtyard. And sort of very motherly, this woman sort of takes you by your arm and sort of, it's a little different from how Joey tends to drag you around, just sort of letting you lead and just sort of a supportive hand at your back. You walk out of the cafeteria. You walk past your rooms. On the right, the door to the courtyard, right by Dr. Seen's office, where it's always been. She opens the door to the courtyard and just sort of lets you step out first, Laura, and then follows, and the three of you follow her in?
Yeah, I follow after her.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, follow.
Are you okay?
I mean, that's relative. I don't know. She just seems genuine in a way that makes me feel like she doesn't stand a chance here.
Maybe she's not like in with Dr. Scene yet. Maybe she maybe, I don't know, we can get her on our side or something.
Yeah.
Agreed.
So she steps back into the courtyard. She had sort of paused and comes back in, and she has a little blood pressure jam and sort of sits down on a bench. It's like, Laura, go ahead and have a seat with me.
I know the drill.
Understood. So she kind of rolls up her sleeves a little bit and then straps the little Jimmy on your arm and Myra, will you roll your spot hidden for me?
Sure. 63. That is a failure. I'll try one more time, even though my chances of succeeding are not great. 62. How many rerolls do we have?
We have a few. It's being updated right now. I think you have like 9 or 10.
I'll use one more.
One
Why
more.
not? Why not?
Feeling lucky.
Maybe. Oh, 17! Yes!
Ooh, look at that! So she rolls up her sleeve, and first thing you notice is that she has just this like full sleeve of tattoos that sort of start like right up the wrist. And the sort of the second thing you realize is that they're all cats. The third thing you start to realize, and I'm going to have to specifically have you roll against your sanity for your new fear of cats. You're welcome.
Oh, wow. Wow. Cool. Okay. 26. My sanity is 90, so I'm
Okay.
all right.
You shake it off. Go ahead and subtract 1. You manage to sort of stone face and avoid a reaction, but you realize that it's not like a lot of different cats. It's
Just
3 of the same one repeating over and over again, and you recognize all 3 as your brother's 3 cats.
Oh no.
And as you sort of focus on the last 3 things that you saw alive in his home when you were pulled out of his apartment by the authorities, that sparks a memory, a flashback that will spark a bout of madness.
The last thing I can remember before being brought here, I guess, I was on the floor in the kitchen, and you know, they say that if you were to die, it wouldn't take very long for your cats to start eating you. You know? Well,
I hadn't heard that.
oh yeah, that's like really common knowledge. It's something like 3 days before a dog will start to eat you, but a cat will immediately just start to eat your dead body.
I have a guinea pig.
Well, turns out it might be true. I mean, they were just circling.
And these are your brother's animals?
My brother's
Okay.
cats.
At this point, did the body look like your brother? Did it still have the form of this entity, this creature?
It was still a demon. But as the cats came over and were just licking up the blood and biting at the face right around the eye sockets where there weren't any eyes, suddenly there were eyes again. And it wasn't a mass of muscle and flesh. It was a person again. It was him.
And then what happened?
And then they just kept licking at all of the blood, and that was when I knew it was all over me, too. I still had the knife in my hand. I wanted to stop them. The cats.
Did you?
Mm-hmm.
As we cut back to the courtyard, go ahead and roll against your sanity.
57, I'm fine.
Okay. Go ahead and take 1. Sort of find yourself sort of standing, focused on her arm, focusing on a memory that maybe
What?
hadn't been at the forefront of your memory.
That's quite the sleeve that you've got there.
Thank you. Oh, I'm sorry. And she starts to put her
Oh.
very unprofessional. Very unprofessional. I apologize. Starts to put it down.
Listen, I live in Los Angeles. Everybody has tattoos.
I hear that place is wild.
But
Three things flash through your head, Myra. A room, a simple sort of sterile room, a chair, a metallic table. Second vision that sort of pops in to your head, a dead tree. The third vision that pops into your head, an old book. Those memories sort of pop after the memory of seeing what those cats were doing to your brother's body. And you're back.
It seems like it's some very specific animals that you have there.
Oh, these are my 3 boys, and she kind of rolls it back up. This is Sugar. This is Big Nose, for obvious reasons. I'm not the best namer in the world, and this is Rascal.
Okay.
And she sort of finishes up the blood pressure process with you. She's sort of kind of doing her own thing, making a little note. She has like a little notepad. Hunter, you feeling a little better? You breathing a little easier?
Yeah, I think I just needed some fresh air. The
Okay.
lights being on all the time, just pardon the pun, but make you feel insane.
I understand. All right. You ladies, I'll let you be for a little bit, and I'll come check in. Give a holler if you need anything.
Thanks.
Steps up, steps out.
He doesn't actually have a big nose. It only looks like he has a big nose because there was like fur around the nose on his face that made it look like he had a big nose.
Wait, you know
What
that
are you
cat?
talking about?
Those 3 cats on her arm, those were my brother's cats.
Really?
What are you talking about?
My brother had 3 cats.
I'm sure a lot of people
They-
have 3 cats.
No, but
Myra.
it was exactly those 3 cats. It was that weird tortoiseshell looking one called Sugar. It was that calico patchy one that had the big patch around his nose, big nose, and then Rascal was, I don't know, a tabby Bengal. Who knows? LA, we are in a society of people that used to have illegal designer cats.
So they have the same names.
Myra, a lot of people have cats. I know
Yes,
you love cats.
but with the
That's
same
crazy.
names.
The same names.
What?
That's bizarre.
They're the exact same cats. The markings are identical. Big nose, particularly, like I said, doesn't actually have a big nose. It's just the markings, the fur around his nose made it look like.
Okay, does this mean maybe
So
she
do you
saw our
know
files? Right?
No,
Probably
I've never
just-
seen her before in my life.
What happened to the cats after your brother died?
Can I have all of you roll your spot hidden?
We'll get
Dice don't like me
It's
today.
okay. There's more. 46.
46.
Ooh, 24,
Oh, I got
baby.
Oh, nice.
44.
I succeeded.
Okay.
Ooh, so did I.
Okay, we've got 2 successes.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay.
I succeed.
Shoot, yeah. I'm gonna do one more reroll.
Okay.
Nope, fail.
Okay.
So
That's
many
cool.
fails.
That's cool. Okay. Let's. Riley, you notice it first. There is So the courtyard is the bench that you and Cherry were sitting on, the little pond with the tree. Riley, you notice it first. It looks like there's a scrap of paper just sort of in the yard, a little closer to the pond.
Okay. I go over there.
Okay.
Pick it up.
So a couple of different things are going to happen right now. Laura, you sort of notice that at the same time that Riley beelines for it. Myra, you notice... You've been here for a couple of weeks, but this is really the first time that you've noticed the tree.
In the courtyard.
Mm-hmm.
It's the same tree from...
Feels like it.
Feels like it's the
Feels
same tree.
familiar.
I will walk towards the tree.
Okay.
And I'm going to walk towards Riley.
Okay. Billy, you're just sitting around for now.
You wanted to know what happened to the cats?
Myra, as you are speaking, you sort of walk over to the tree. It's next to this little pond. You happen to catch your reflection in the pond, just for a moment. You sort of look from your reflection back up to the tree, and then out of the corner of your eye, you just realize that it takes just a few extra moments for your reflection to follow.
Gonna, like, raise a hand.
And there's this feeling of dread that overtakes you as instead of doing what a reflection should do, your reflection lifts her head and looks directly at you. And I need you to roll against your sanity for your phobia of reflections.
Okay. I'm gonna take a reroll on that one.
Okay.
How many rerolls do we have left now?
You now have 6 left.
6, okay. 41, that's a success.
Okay. Go ahead and take one away. You sort of managed to sort of keep it together, but you kind of look back at your reflection long enough, and you look at you ostensibly in this water, and it's you in every important way that matters except the eyes. The eyes are sunken and empty and just black as coals. Riley, you reach the note first. You pick it up. Well, if you do.
I pick it up.
Okay. It's just a small scrap of paper. And it just says, "Get out now."
What you got there?
It says "Get out now."
Oh, that's not foreboding.
That was in the pond?
Yeah, it was laying next to it. It's just...
Do you recognize the handwriting?
Do I recognize the handwriting?
Go ahead and roll your spot hidden for me.
Okay.
Ooh.
Is that a 7 or 1? Okay. That's a 10, right?
Yes,
11.
Ooh.
Okay, that's a good, yeah, well done. You haven't seen a lot of, like, handwriting samples from staff, but they do all carry those small notebooks and stuff like that. And believe it or not, you recognize this handwriting as Joey's.
This is Joey's. I know it. I know it. The way he writes his T's, they never. He always like does the dash too low, writes in all caps. Anyway,
Yeah.
He's he's such a dick. I mean,
I think he's just like
do you think
messing
he?
with us?
Yeah, I think he probably left it out here to. He knows we're out here all the time,
Yeah.
right? I mean,
So
we can't
Joey-
trust him to.
Riley, the two figures in black are standing on either side of Billy. No one else sees them. One of them just looks at you and says, "Get out." Tick tock. Tick tock goes the clock, Riley. Get out.
You know what? What if the more I think about it, we haven't seen him since. I mean, he's always on the morning shift.
I haven't seen him
Right?
since last night.
They said he's taking a half day, so he's
So-
coming in later.
I
A half
guess.
day. They said that Sarah was taking the day off and then immediately changed their narrative.
To Joey, to including Joey, right?
They said that,
Saying that he's on a half day.
and Sarah is no longer working here.
Right. Okay, so, now this isn't adding up. You know what I mean? So what if this is actually a warning?
Well, when would he have put that there? That wasn't here last night. He would have had to have done it last night after
I mean, what if
Alice
he's
died.
still here?
He could still be somewhere here.
Riley, shotgun is now just standing directly next to you. And for one of the first times in your life that you can recall, actually grabs you by the arms, looks you in the eyes, those sort of blank, just sunken black eyes with that slight glow inside of them. The other one still standing, sort of blank and empty, next to Billy, grabs you, looks in your eyes. You can almost, if this was an actual person, you'd feel the breath, you'd feel spittle, and he just says, "Get out now!"
Why? Can you tell me more? What's going on?
He's gone.
Riley.
What are you talking
Can you
about?
tell-
Who are you talking to?
Where'd she go, Riley?
I'm talking to, No, we have to get out. I know for sure. We have to get out of here. I just know. I just have this feeling.
Okay.
I
Well,
trust
what do
you.
we do? Where do we go? Everything's locked. We have Cherry now. We never have a minute to ourselves.
Is this
She is gone.
tree in the courtyard, does it have like low-hanging branches? Is it something we could climb?
No, it's a pretty, like, it's only just like
Oh, it's a little tree.
Yeah, it's like a little taller than you guys, yeah.
Okay.
What's
Why
What's
would
the-
Joey help us?
yeah?
Right.
Unless whatever's
Unless
holding us here is holding Joey here.
I mean,
Riley, the
could
two
be-
figures known as Shotgun are now standing in the hallway just beyond the door.
Guys, let's head inside. Just head inside. I just have a feeling. Let's you okay? Let's just
Okay.
go inside.
I take like
Okay.
one last look at my creepy eyeless reflection. Is it still there?
Just looks like you now.
Huh.
You okay?
Yeah, I just, you know, thought I was seeing things in the water.
Like what?
Like, it was me, but it wasn't me. Like, it was my reflection, but it didn't, like, do what I was doing. It was like it had a will of its own.
Riley, roll 1d6.
Okay. 5.
As Meyer is describing this, you just start coughing uncontrollably, and you just realize you're actually just coughing up just this thick bit of blood.
Oh.
Shotgun is at the door, staring at you. You feel their stare just down at you as you reach up and you just take away this mix of phlegm and blood as this coughing is just starting to convulse through you.
Oh God. Oh God.
I'm like hitting her back to
What'd
try
you
to-
roll?
I rolled a 5.
Okay, go ahead and remove 5 from your hit points.
Oh. Jeez.
Oh,
This is one of the first times that you have not immediately acted on Shotgun's advice or opinions or orders.
oh God. Oh God, we have to go inside. We have to go inside. Come on, please,
Do you need a
everyone,
nurse?
everyone.
Oh my
I don't.
God, are
No,
you
no,
not?
no, no. I
Okay,
don't.
okay,
I don't know. I
We're
don't know.
going
We just
inside,
have to
we're
go
going
inside,
inside.
please.
Okay.
We're going.
God, so much.
You step in, looks like no one's around, no orderlies marching the hallways.
Okay, I'm desperately looking around for those two. I'm looking around.
You don't see them.
Fuck. Okay. Shit. Okay. Dining hall first. Okay. Dining hall first. But
Okay.
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 All right. Let's go.
All
Okay.
right.
So we start heading
Okay.
towards dining.
Riley is sort of starting to haul ass down the hallway away from you guys. Does everyone follow?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm desperately looking around for them.
What are you looking for,
Riley,
Riley?
what's in the
just-
dining hall?
I don't know. I'm trying to figure that out.
Riley,
Are
I
you
will
okay?
follow
I'm
you to the
fine.
ends of the earth right now, but we just need a little bit of something.
Okay. Look. Okay. Look. Remember I told you about that voice. That voice.
Yeah.
Like the shotgun voice. It's just another voice for me. It's okay. Forget it. I'm not going to defend it anymore. Listen, I can see it now.
As she's
I
talking,
can
you
see
guys
that.
walk past your rooms.
I can see it. It's like two guys, but or something like that. Listen, Shotgun's telling me something. That's what I'm trying to say here, and we
You
have
pass
to
the
listen.
rec room.
Maybe this is
You pass the courtyard
this is
where it's
your
always
purpose.
been.
This is why you're here. Maybe this is like a power you can use to your advantage. Maybe
Yeah.
You step into
they
the
can
cafeteria.
show us the way out.
What is he saying?
You step into the cafeteria and you see them
Okay.
at a far double door on the other end of the cafeteria.
Can you please help me?
The two of them just stand on either side of that door.
Do we need to go through this door? Can you give me something else? Come on.
He points
We're-
at the door.
At the door. Okay. Come on, through the door. You don't see. Never mind. Through the door. Come on.
Right.
Okay.
So I'm charging to the door now.
Myra, as Riley sort of breaks off into a run, you get a distinct memory of the sounds of those doors opening and slamming. Go ahead and roll against your sanity.
33. I'm good.
Okay. You've been through those doors before? Riley's taken off running. What do
Come
the
on,
three
come
of you
on,
do?
I'm
I'm running
following
after
Riley.
Riley.
Myra.
As you take off, go ahead and actually I'll have the two of you, Laura, Billy, go ahead and roll your listen.
That is a
28.
Cool. How many rerolls do we have left?
We have 6.
You know what? I'm just gonna let that go at 99.
Okay, so critical fail, you...
28.
Okay, you succeeded. Laura, you don't hear it. Billy does. Back down the other side of the hallway, you can hear the voice of the woman, Cherry. Girls?
Oh shit.
Girls?
What?
Fucking Cherry can hear us. We gotta get out of here. Try the
What?
door. Is it unlocked? Cherry's fucking
Okay.
coming.
I'm at the door.
It's unlocked.
Okay, through. Come
It's
on,
actually
come on.
it's not really it's just double doors
Oh,
like
double
you
doors?
you could sort of push through. Yeah, they swing in.
Okay, I push them open. I stay where I am, but I push open to
Okay.
look through.
It is an empty hallway. The lights are a little flickery, but it's the same sort of just gross
And we've never
hospital
seen it
lighting.
before.
One of you has.
Okay.
Yeah.
And you get the distinct feeling that you have.
I've been here before.
Is this where they took you?
I think so. Unless they brought me in this way.
Down the hallways, you guys are starting to move. There's like a series of locked doors, maybe 4 or 5. And then at the end of the hallway, there is a door with an exit sign at the top of it.
Oh my god, that just seems too easy.
So I mean, like exit, like we can.
Where are they? I'm looking for shotgun again.
You don't see them.
Okay, they're not here.
I mean, I guess.
I say we try it.
Try
Look,
it.
why
Go.
not? Yeah,
There's
what are we
only
waiting
one
for?
way to find
Where else are
out.
we going?
Okay, let's go.
As the 4 of you start to
Nowhere.
move, that red of that exit sign sort of starts to fill your field of vision. Laura, go ahead and roll against your sanity.
60 even.
You've lost some sanity, though, yeah?
Yeah. So I'm gonna use a reroll.
Okay. You have 5 more.
74.
Roll 1d6. Well, unless you want to use a reroll.
I don't want to take. I'll push.
Those are the only things we can't push, actually.
Oh, got
Yeah,
it. So I'll
sorry.
just use the d6.
Remember when I
Yeah.
told you that, when I very clearly told you how to play the game before we went last week. Go ahead and roll 1d6. 5. Okay, go ahead and lose 5 sanity. One moment, the 4 of you are sort of moving towards the door. The next moment, here's what I need to have happen. The 3 of you just hear Laura let out a scream. And I need the 3 of you to roll against your... We'll use your dexterity. It's under your characteristics.
Yeah.
It's the top center.
Oh, God.
Oh, thank you.
19.
I rolled a 51.
Okay.
18.
Okay, so we've got successes from the 2 of you.
Yeah, I failed.
Myra doesn't quite react in time. The 2 of you are on Laura in just a second. Both of you, one of you stifles her mouth. The both of you sort of sit her down really quick, and there's this moment, this tense moment for the 4 of you. Laura, you're struggling.
This is the light. This is the light that she meant. This is the light. This is the
be
light.
quiet.
This is the
You have
light.
to be quiet.
You have to calm down. That's
Calm
good,
down.
but you
Deep
have to
breaths.
calm down, right?
This is the light Alice was talking about. This is the light. She said it was coming, and it's
Okay,
coming.
good. Okay.
Okay. Lower your voice. Lower your voice.
Just relax for a moment, okay?
She's trying to warn me.
So,
Warn you of what? The light?
Roll your listen. The 3 of you that aren't having a meltdown right now.
okay.
Roll your listen.
60. That's a success for me.
Okay.
42 success.
You can hear the orderlies
Ooh.
in the cafeteria.
4.
You can't quite... Who rolled a 4?
I did.
Okay. The 2 of you can kind of just hear the general idea that people are close. They're maybe like in the hallway right outside the cafeteria. You can specifically hear Paul admonishing Cherry for walking away from the group.
Shit.
What does he say?
Paul can hear us. I can hear him. He's... Shit.
We have to make
We
a
have like no
decision.
time. We gotta get out of here. Cherry knows that they know that we're down here, and
I
Paul's
can't go
pissed at
through
her.
the door. I can't go through
We
that door.
can't.
I
We can
can't.
go through the door. We
Then
gotta
what?
get out of here. You know we gotta get out of here. Okay? You okay?
Okay.
We're all together.
Okay.
Okay, we can do this.
Billy, roll your roll your fast talk.
I'm gonna reroll.
Okay. Or actually, you know what? No. Go ahead and roll your charm. Roll
Okay.
your charm for me.
15.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 1d6, Laura.
5.
Okay. As Billy is talking to you, her hands sort of have eased off of your face and sort of that grip, and she's now just sort of cupping the sides of your face, gently looking to your eyes, telling that you can move forward. And you believe her. And you regain 5 points of sanity.
That's good. That's good. Deep breaths. I'm gonna be fine, okay?
We're against the time right now. We kind of gotta make a decision. So,
Yeah.
are you good?
Let's just go.
Okay.
I don't want what's back there.
Okay, let's go.
Okay.
Come on, all of us. So I guess we approach the doors.
Okay. How are we doing this? We're quiet? We just hauling ass?
I imagine is it the kind of door that with like the metal bar that you push?
It's a knob.
It's
It's
a
like,
knob.
it's the knob. There's the little window thing and a knob.
Okay. So I can hear that Paul, or can I hear that Paul and Cher are getting on our heels? They're coming closer.
Yeah, at this point, they're now in the cafeteria. She's still just kind of getting chewed out.
Okay. Can I try the doorknob?
Absolutely.
Okay.
It's unlocked.
Oh, okay. Great.
The door opens. There's sort of like a foyer, but there, like it juts out a little bit. There's a little bit of hallway, and then there is a almost like a set of emergency exit stairs that go down.
Well,
Let's go.
I think going down is our best option.
Yeah.
Closer to the street.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's do it.
Okay.
Okay.
Charging down.
Okay, you haul ass down.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. So the four of you head down. The stairs end and then sort of turn down, you know, to the next floor. There's another door at the bottom.
And there's no more stairs going. That we're at the bottom level.
Yes,
Okay.
Is the bottom level the ground floor?
As far as we know.
as far as you know.
Okay.
All right, let's try it.
Let's go.
Does it
Okay.
open?
It is locked.
God.
Damn it. What kind of door is it?
It's the same. It's
Like has one of
it's a knob.
those handles?
Yeah, it's a knob. And then has the window. It looks dark on the other side.
Can I try to
Okay.
pick the lock?
Sure. Pretty sure you got a. Yeah, go ahead and.
Oh.
I've never had someone roll their locksmith before.
Okay, here we go.
You're like, I don't have
Oh
any of
boy.
this. What is your percentage?
Oh man.
Oh, no, that's
Closer than
good.
usual, but no, I would have needed a 1. So.
Oh. That's your locksmith. That's mine too, to be
Yeah.
fair.
Okay.
Can I try
I tried my best,
mine?
guys.
Sure.
Is there like a fire alarm situation, like fire axe, anything down here?
No, not that you see.
Okay, all right.
You're gonna try to. Okay, so you sort of politely nudge Riley out of the way.
26,
What is your locksmith?
and my locksmith is 31.
Oh, you are a locksmith. You are a locksmith.
Okay. It's honestly a pretty. As you start to play with it, at first, there's a moment where you're worried, like, I don't really have anything to sort of actually mess with this. But then you sort of realize it's actually sort of a weaker lock than you expected, and with enough, just sort of playing with the knob, you're actually able to sort of push it past its lock just enough that you're actually able to wiggle a. It's not the best constructed door in the world. You're actually like able to literally wiggle a finger in here and just push the lock back, and the door opens.
Oh my God, Laura. Oh, Laura.
Where did you learn how to do that?
Yeah, seriously. That was amazing.
Man, I don't like doors.
Fair enough.
Yeah.
Find
Okay.
yourselves in
You
front
know it
of
does.
a dark hallway.
Okay, well,
This
It's-
place just goes on and on.
We gotta be getting close, right? So,
yeah.
Maybe.
is it so dark that we'd have to feel like we can't see that far ahead of us?
It's dark enough that your eyes aren't quite adjusting yet. This is going to be kind of slow going. You do hear ahead of you a crash of something, like something got knocked over. Or
Okay,
What
that's.
was that?
Something tells me we're not alone here.
But this has to be the way. I know it. Shotgun said that this was the way, so it has to. We have to.
If
Has
we
to be
have
better
keep
than going back, right?
If you point it this way, then, I mean, it seems like
I mean, you believe me.
he, of course I believe you. It seems like he has your best interest in mind.
Yeah, he's never wrong. Ever wrong. Never wrong. And I can't not listen. You know what I mean? So,
Okay. Yeah, we'll go. Let's go.
Okay.
Let's go.
Yeah.
okay. Let's go. We'll just go a little slow and,
We'll kind of creep along and see what we see.
yeah.
Mhm. And stick close together.
Yeah.
okay. 4 of you roll your listen.
Super staticky.
Ooh, 3.
Nice.
17.
82.
58, so no.
Okay. Specifically Myra. 4 of you heard that sort of crash in the distance. And as you're listening, you're not hearing anything specific, but you do get the general sense that the 4 of you are not alone on this floor.
There's something else down here with us. I'm sure of it.
So as the 4 of you move forward, how are you proceeding? You're sort of trying to sneak? What are you trying to do?
We heard something crash. Is there,
Is there anything on the
something on the
floor?
floor?
Yeah.
Not that you can tell. Sort of as your eyes are starting to adjust a little bit, it's the same kind of linoleum as is upstairs.
Upstairs. Okay.
Do we want to sneak towards that sound?
I'm kind of looking around, trying to see if there's anything that I can pick up or grab, or if there's anything that we can use as a potential weapon.
Sure. Go ahead and roll your spot hidden.
Yeah. 4.
Mm.
All right. Yeah, the 4 of you are sort of creeping along. What does Billy find? Your foot kicks something that kind of clatters across the hallway a little bit, just a little bit ahead of you. You know, you're not taking these big swinging steps or anything. You take a minute, you sort of crouch, lean forward, and pick it up, and you realize you're holding a clipboard with a pen attached to it, you know, with like the little chain that the pen's swinging from. And as you pick it up, as the 4 of you are sort of start continuing to move quietly, let's have the 4 of you roll your stealth.
Very stealthy.
Super staticky.
Ooh.
33. 33.
Do we have
No.
any rerolls?
We do.
Ooh.
We have 6.
44.
Oh,
38.
I'm
That's
gonna
a-
re-roll.
That's a near miss for me.
Yeah, I'm gonna use just one reroll.
No.
'cause wait.
96.
I'm gonna
Stealth
do
is
one
worth
more
it.
reroll. Or one reroll.
17.
No, good.
Cool.
Okay, who's
Okay, so who's still?
I have failed.
I
thus
failed.
far.
I failed.
I
You
failed
failed.
twice.
You failed.
17 and my stealth is 45.
Okay. So as far as you can tell, the 4 of you, to the best of your ability, are being
Sneaky.
very sneaky,
So.
extraordinarily stealthy. The silence is so much so, in fact, that Billy, you start to just feel this uncomfortable feeling, this tension, this anxiety sort of starting to build the longer that the 4 of you are staying quiet, because you have a fear of silence. So go ahead and roll against your sanity.
17.
Okay. So you're going to lose 1 point. You're able to sort of... This anxiety's like buzzing along you. You know, you sort of feel that electric feeling, that sort of tingle in your fingers a little bit, that you're a little short of breath, but you're sort of able to manage it from moving beyond that. And 4 of you continue to move forward. You sort of grip that clipboard in your hand. Your eyes are sort of starting to adjust now, and you find yourselves in a hallway about the same width as the one upstairs. There are doors to your left and right.
You guys, what if what we heard was one of the orderlies or someone that's still here?
Down below.
Like Joey?
So we need to be careful, because if they're keeping people here, we don't want to be caught. But also, it would be good to find them.
Yeah. Is there anything on that clipboard you picked up, Billy?
Who's there?
It's blank. It's just the clipboard
No.
and the pen.
No paperwork.
No.
You hear the door upstairs behind you slam.
All right.
Oh God.
All right, we gotta pick left or right.
Make a decision.
Wait. Let me just see if I.
What does he
I'm
say?
just looking for shotgun again.
He's not there.
Shit.
Go and roll against your sanity.
26.
Okay. You lose 1. You're really starting to get worked up, very uncomfortable, very anxious, very upset about sort of how touch and go shotgun is starting to be today. But as that's going, one of you said it's time to choose left or right.
All right. Riley, we gotta pick a way we always do.
Okay, but no. What if we're wrong though? Shotgun has to tell us. I swear it's like whatever medication they're giving me or something's
It's
messing
okay.
with it.
We
I
just
swear
don't
to God.
have time to find out.
Don't talk about time, please.
No,
Just don't fucking mention how much
Riley.
time we have. I know we don't have time. Okay,
It's
I get
a
it.
50-50
I know.
chance, okay? What do you think?
It's 50.
I don't know. I don't have shotgun. I'm telling you guys, I don't see it. Okay.
Just trust yourself.
I trust you. I
I
trust
don't
shotgun
know.
and I trust you.
I never get it right. Only shotgun gets this right. Okay. If I don't listen, last time someone died, so I can't.
Ladies, you don't have time for this.
Come on,
Okay.
Riley.
All right. We need to go. I push open the door to the right and
Okay.
signal that people should come inside.
Okay.
I follow.
Fine. That's
Me
fine.
too.
It wasn't my choice. I'm just saying it wasn't me. Okay.
Okay.
I know. But if it's not you who's deciding, then maybe you'll be okay, you know?
As the
That's
four
what I
of
mean,
you
yeah.
move into the door on the right and close the door behind you, you hear the door you just came through open.
Can we still see it? The door
Wait,
that we just came
literally
out
the
of?
room we just came into?
Yeah.
It already opened?
Do we
No,
see
no,
a
no.
figure?
I'm sorry, not the door you just walked into.
Oh, Jesus, the one at the other
stairway
end of the
door. Yeah, the
hallway.
hallway
Okay,
door.
okay,
You've heard
okay.
it open. Sorry.
All right.
Oh God, we have to move. We have to move. We have to
they're
hide.
just
Okay,
playing
what's
with
in this
us.
room?
Okay.
It's dark. The four of you are just sort of quiet. All of you heard that.
Right.
The door slam. You do hear footsteps. Under the door, there's no window on this door. You can sort of see the glow of a flashlight from further down the hallway. Everyone go ahead and roll your spot hidden.
Ooh, 81.
53, that's a fail for me.
No.
Do you want to go again?
Yeah, I'm gonna reroll.
Yeah, go.
We're still good on that, right?
Also 53. Wait, we both rolled 53.
35.
All right.
I'm good on that.
I'm going to use one reroll. Do we have one?
Yep. We have 5 left.
Okay.
Okay. 18.
Okay. Who all succeeded? Who all failed?
We failed.
Succeeded.
Failures, success.
Success, yeah.
Okay. Billy, you notice on the inside of this door, the first thing you see is there is like a bar lock and a knob lock on the inside of the door. Riley, you sort of look to the inside of the room. You're sort of still desperately kind of looking around for shotgun, trying to stay as quiet as you can. As your eyes are sort of starting to adjust to the dark of this room, you're starting to recognize what almost looks like just a traditional doctor's office, almost like operating room. There's an operating table in the middle of the room. You can kind of make out some counters.
Okay. So it's just an operating room.
Mm-hmm.
Past the door. Okay.
Inside, in the room that you're in.
Okay, this looks like we're in an operating room, so there's got to be some kind of tools or something that we can find in here, right? Maybe we could push some of these beds against the door, jam it up, buy some time.
Can I see that the door is locked or unlocked?
It's unlocked.
Okay.
Because we just came in.
But the new door is unlocked.
Sorry, let me back up. You guys came down the stairs. You came
So
through
we're
the door into
cornered.
the hallway. There were doors on the left and the right in the hallway. You picked the first one on the right. You went in, closed the door behind you. You've seen the locks on that door.
Okay, got it.
You can lock it from the
Oh.
inside.
I'm going to do that.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
As almost just as Billy locks that door, just almost moments later, the four of you on the other side of the wall, the doorknob sort of shakes. The flashlights almost shine brightly. The light sort of spills under the side of the bottom of the door. You hear the voice of Cherry. Locked. And after a moment, the two move on.
Good work. Nice.
What do we do now?
Let's look and see if there's like another
Another way out.
exit. Yeah,
Like a window or
vent or something.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Start looking around for
Some
that.
sort of closet.
Everyone go ahead and roll your spot hidden.
83.
42.
What's your spot?
Oh, 50.
Cool.
That's a success for you.
Yay, success.
79.
Oh, that's a 95.
Okay.
So
3 successes, 1 failure.
no, I
I
failed.
failed.
Okay, the 2 of you
I
failed.
failed.
We have 1
Success.
success. Okay. The 4 of you sort of start as quietly as you can, sort of looking around the room. Myra, this room feels familiar. It is not a room that you've been in, but it feels like a room that you've been in. It looks a little bit like it. It's not it, but it's similar. It's a pretty bare bones room. The description of a doctor's examination room ends at type of furniture. Feels very cold.
There's no actual
Feels very
like
gray.
surgical tools.
As you guys are looking around, you're opening a few drawers here and there. For the 3 of you, you're not really finding or seeing anything. Laura, where are you looking?
I'm gonna be looking up towards the walls and seeing if I can find some kind of vent.
Okay. You're sort of on your tiptoes. You're looking around. You do find sort of a traditional, just like air conditioner vent. You know, sort of one of the smaller, about this big. On the wall opposite the door. And as your eyes start to adjust, as you're sort of like scanning the top of the room, something in the center of the room on the table catches your eye. As you realize that as the 4 of you have been looking around and searching in the room, there is a 5th person in the room, lying on the table.
I'm
The
gonna
4
go investigate that.
The other 3 haven't noticed.
Can't find anything useful in here.
Guys, I don't think there's another... What?
Right there.
Go ahead and roll against your sanity.
Oh, you gotta
Oh,
roll
wrong one.
percentile first.
Mm-hmm.
5.
Oh, 5.
Okay. You have seen enough shit in the past 2 days that it's more urgent than freaky. You do lose 1 sanity point. Go ahead.
Guys.
What?
There's someone on the table.
I turned to look from the drawers I was rifling through.
Yeah,
Okay.
I look as well.
I'm like looking, waiting for my eyes to adjust.
Yeah, you've been in the room long enough, your eyes are starting to adjust, and you've been told where to look. The 4 of you sort of all look at the table. And you do recognize whoever's on the table is wearing orderly's clothes.
Oh, God. They are down here. Who is it? Which one is it? I'm like looking, trying to like make out a face.
Your eyes sort of take a moment to adjust. And you realize, sort of almost like staring back at you, open-eyed and open-faced, just this dead, vacant stare, is Joey.
It's Joey.
What?
It's Joey.
Half day my ass.
I told you. See, the note.
He's the one
So
that
how
wrote
long
it.
has he been down here? Because he left that note. It was intentional.
We saw him last night.
Is he
So
alive?
has- I don't know. I can check.
Takes pulse. Maybe.
Okay, I'm gonna check the pulse. I reach really slowly. I'm hesitant, but I start reaching.
You reach for his arm.
Neck.
Okay.
Mm.
You reach forward very slowly, very tentatively. Your fingers push against the skin of his neck. He does not have a pulse.
No.
Wonder if maybe if we search the body, we might find some sort of clue or hint as to something he knew. Why would they kill him?
Okay.
What could possibly be the cause of death?
Knowing too much, I mean...
Yeah, I mean, he was an asshole. I didn't want him to die.
Can I start going through his pockets?
Sure. Billy, as you sort of start to search the body, you sort of start at the waist pocket. You sort of start to work your way up. You know, he says sort of has one of those utility like Dickies work shirts that have pockets sort of moving up. And as you move up and get closer to his face, his mouth is hanging open. Something catches your eye.
Oh God, there's something in
As
his
you
mouth.
realize that his mouth is actually full of uncooked rice. Go ahead and roll against your sanity.
$97.
Okay. Roll 1d6.
1.
Okay. You lose 1 hit point. You start back and actually run, sort of like step into Riley, like kind of
What?
hard.
You okay?
There's rice in his mouth.
Why?
Alice had rice in her mouth too.
What?
Yes, Alice, she was spitting rice at me right before she died.
Like intentionally just spitting rice at you? Or?
Yes, she was spitting. It was like it was coming
just-
out of her mouth and she was spitting it on me, and there's a bunch of fucking rice in his mouth.
How does...
Didn't you tell the doctor that that's a phobia of yours?
I don't know, maybe.
Have you told anyone else?
I don't think she has.
I don't think so.
Okay, see, they're using this shit. I'm telling you, they're using this shit against us. But then that means that they knew we would find him.
We're not any closer to freedom, are we?
Well, we have... I mean, we have to be on the right track at least.
Was there nothing in any of his pockets?
No, his pockets were all empty.
Okay.
Is there any other, do you want to investigate further, or?
What if they walked by a minute ago? Do we want to try running across
The other room,
Yes.
right? Yes. Yes, let's do
It's
it.
like 2 feet. If we just
We can
barrel
make it.
through, we can make it.
I
and
feel
just-
like,
let's
just-
the hallway's long. They've got to be near the other end by
I just
now.
think we need to be very, very quiet.
Yes.
Yes.
Let's go.
Okay.
So I go unlock the door.
All right, on the count of
Okay.
3.
Okay.
1, 2, 3.
The three of you
Throw the door open.
bolt to the door across the hallway. Who hits it first?
Me, I guess I kind of led the charge.
It's locked.
Yeah.
Damn it! It's locked.
Can you pick this?
There are 3 more doors to the left.
Try a different
Let's
door.
all
Okay,
try
yeah,
and
we're
you
gonna-
try to pick one.
I'll pick
Okay.
this one. They'll try
All
the
right,
other
I'll go
doors.
to the one that's next to the one that I just discovered is
Okay,
locked.
you sort of almost like you hit the door and almost just like instinctively just haul ass
Yep,
to the next
yep.
one, which is open.
Okay. This one's
Okay.
open.
Okay.
All right, let's
go.
go.
Go, go, go.
Charge inside.
Yep.
Okay, the 4 of you
Close
charge
the door.
inside. Same deal. Okay, yeah, close
Mhm.
the door.
Lock it.
A light actually turns on in this room. And after a moment of
Sensors?
sort of freezing up and looking around, you realize it is probably, there's no one else in the room with you. It seems like it is one of those like motion detector type lights that like an office would have.
God.
What's in the room?
It's sort of an odd looking room. It's carpeted. And as the 4 of you look around, there's wallpaper. Almost like the room's almost covered in these very like gross 50s colors. These sort of nasty like mustard yellows and
Oh. It's like when they brought the rest of this facility into this century, they kind of left this room behind.
Yeah, that's strange.
Why would they need a room like this?
I don't know.
Doesn't really look like a counseling or therapy kind of room, right?
I don't know. Maybe this was standard whenever this facility was built.
Is there any furniture in the room?
yeah, it almost looks like this is like a living room or a sitting room almost. And there are 2 doors to either side. And as the 4 of you are sort of investigating a little more, Laura, you smell a sort of a familiar smell. That smell of photos being developed. That just a little bit of that chemical.
Oh God. Does anybody
Almost sort of like sticking to the back of your throat.
does anybody smell that?
The carpet smells terrible.
Yeah, it smells like a little, like mothballs or.
It seems like the 3 of them are not getting what you're getting.
It's not carpet. It's processing solution. It's the developing solution for when you use film. It's
I don't smell
I don't
anything.
smell that.
it's dark room.
I mean, I wouldn't
fluid.
know what it smelled like anyway, but I'm definitely just getting Grandma's house.
It's like I could taste it.
I don't
Something
smell
like
any
triggering
chemicals.
It's too specific. It's too specific. It's the fluid I pour into the tray. It's
What would you like to do?
I want to investigate and see if I can find either a tray or bottles of darkroom fluid and see if there's a source to the smell. Or
Okay. Go ahead and roll your spot hidden. Are all of you looking around?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Looking around.
Are there any like cabinets or bookshelves or anything?
Yes, just like gaudy, gross, big, like, just wooden.
Is there
you know,
anything-
that fat furniture
Yep.
from like, yeah.
Is
Yeah.
it like antique-y?
Yeah.
I'm like
Yeah.
opening cabinets of like an armoire type
Yeah.
cabinet or something, like
Okay.
an
I got an
entertainment center.
8.
Okay, most of them are empty, but there is sort of a row of, a lot of older houses have almost those built-in bookshelves, and at the bottom there will be like a row of like 3 cabinets underneath.
Yeah.
The shelves are empty. Laura, you open one of the cabinets, the center cabinet, and you see 2 things. You see an old, faded cardboard box of a generic soda, and next to it, you see a book.
I'm gonna grab both and open up that book.
Okay. Laura steps out and pulls out this book. It's just looks very old. It looks very antique, kind of delicate.
Is it
As you take a look, there's no title or anything like that on it.
the book that I saw when I had a vision of a book?
Myra, roll against your sanity.
Okay. Great. Perfect. 37. My sanity's pretty good.
It is very solid.
Pretty good.
A little frustrated. A little frustrated. It is the book. You hold it together, but it is the book.
Wait. I've seen that book before.
This?
I'm not sure where. I know
Like that exact one?
that it's definitely that book.
What is the book?
I don't know.
I'm gonna open the book.
I just know I've seen it.
Okay. Laura, you just sort of to the first page, or okay, you open the book to the first page, and there is it seems to be almost a title page in a language that you've never seen before, that doesn't look familiar. Only a few words on it, but there is an image in black and white, almost this charcoal drawing of what looks to be a tree, like this dead, gnarled, just old looking tree, and what appears to be strings of clouds gathering around it.
Is this familiar?
That tree. It's the tree from the courtyard. I don't know why I didn't notice it until today, but it's definitely there. I don't know why or where I saw these things before, but I know I have.
This book is so old. How is our courtyard in this book?
I don't know.
Is the tree about the same size? Does it look the same?
They really don't.
It's not the same tree.
No.
Oh, never mind.
Sorry.
Is
Scratch.
that your book?
No, at least I don't recall ever owning a book.
Well, how
Like
would you
this
have seen that
before?
drawing before?
I don't know. I have this image of it. It's so clear in my mind. I'm going to turn to the next page.
Okay. You turn the page, and at this point, it's not. It doesn't seem to be organized as a traditional book. It seems like there's just scrawls of writing, sort of all over it. It's not in a language that you recognize.
Seems like it's just someone's journal or something. There's no rhyme or reason or narrative. I can't read the language, but
That's
why would this be here?
As Myra's looking at the book, the four of you tense up as you hear the very distinct sound. It rings out across the entire floor, it echoing against off the hallway into the rooms, leaving a ring in your ear. 2 gunshots.
oh my god.
We should move.
Okay, let's check the doors.
Okay.
Okay.
Okay. I'm keeping the book.
Okay. You're hanging on the book. Just step back out into the hallway.
No,
You
there's
said
2
there were two
doors,
other doors in here.
inside.
Oh, okay. Yes,
I'm gonna
I
run
did.
and check
I did.
one.
I did.
on
I
them?
did. No. Check both of them. One seems like it's just sort of a janitor's closet. There's some stuff in there, some brooms, mops, that kind of thing.
Okay.
The other one seems to be a uniform closet. There's like spare orderlies, uniforms, some blankets, some stuff like that.
I pull out one of the orderly costumes, outfits,
Okay.
uniforms.
See, this is the problem with
Words.
4 of us,
No.
because they know us, but
Well, maybe there's, I don't know, some other staff or something down here that doesn't.
Screaming now from down the furthest end
just,
of the
oh God.
hallway.
Everybody just grab one.
Just
Who-
grab one?
check
Okay,
because I
yeah,
know
okay, yep.
everybody who works here. Just
fine,
put it
fine,
on.
fine, yeah.
Yep.
Okay, I grab one.
At least from afar, they
Putting
might
it on
confuse
over
us.
my-
Start putting it on.
Okay. The 4 of you sort of take this moment to change as something is happening down the end of the hallway. You hear this commotion. You can almost start to recognize now the sounds of Paul and this woman, Cherry, just like yelling. You hear a third shot.
Can I grab a broomstick
Yep,
from the closet?
I was gonna say I'm gonna pocket the book and I'm gonna take like a mop or something.
Sure. Yeah, there is exactly 1 mop and 1 broom. The 2
Got
of you
it.
grab them.
Okay.
Is that the only thing in there?
Pretty much. Yeah, everything else is kind of like paper towels.
Take a roll
Okay.
of paper towels.
All right. We gotta
Need
go.
something to swing.
All right.
Okay, we gotta go.
We gotta
Yeah.
go. Okay.
Okay.
There was another door back out in the hallway that we didn't try before we discovered that this one was definitely unlocked.
Yes.
That was-
So you step out, and there's a third door on the left, and there are 2 more on the right. Further on, as you step back out into the hallway, further down, straight down the hallway, as your eyes are sort of starting to adjust more, the hallway just kind of goes further down, and that is where all the commotion is coming from.
Is the direction we're going?
Mm-hmm.
Is it loud? Like, do we have to be stealthy? Will they hear us, or can we be quick?
It seems pretty loud, honestly.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right, everyone, check a door.
Okay.
Let's go.
All right. I'll take one of the doors on the right.
I'll take the other door on the right.
Is there another one? There's another one, right?
There are
There's one
3.
on the left.
I take the last one.
Okay. The 3 of you, Riley, where are you going?
I'm standing in the middle looking at whoever gets the door open first.
Okay. So the 3 of you check the 3 doors on the right open. They are the light from the left is still sort of on for now, sort of shining a little bit in. They are examination rooms, similar to the first one that you had gone into.
Oh, okay.
Minus the body on the table.
Okay.
Does the other one open too, or just the right?
The 3 on the right did. No one's tried the 2 on the left yet.
Oh, I thought there were 3 doors. Okay.
Okay.
I'm gonna try a left.
Or I'm sorry, yeah, there's 1 more on the left. I apologize.
Okay, I'm gonna try that one.
Okay. That one opens as well. And you open the door, and there's almost a swell of relief. As you see the 2 figures standing in the room before you.
Oh my God,
Riley
guys.
sees
Okay.
the 2 figures in black, just staring blankly at you.
Guys, this room right now. Let's go.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, I kind of shepherd.
I run into
People
that
in.
room.
Yeah.
As the 4 of you,
Still got my mop.
Got
as
my
the
roll
f-
of
as
paper
the-
towels.
so as
I have my uniform.
the 4 of you are pop in, and as you sort of walk into the room, now you can literally hear someone is running back down the hall just screaming for help. And as you start to listen in, as you start to hear and listen a little more, it's Paul.
Oh no.
Oh God, is
Screaming, "One's out!" And just
One's
scream.
Out.
Sounds absolutely terrified, runs past the open doorway, does not even notice the four of you are there.
Does he mean one's out?
I thought we were the only ones.
We have to lock this
There's
door.
more
Close
down
the
here. Close
door.
it.
Is
I want to help Paul, but I don't know how far behind they are.
I close the door slowly and lock it again, if I may.
So the one's out, that was not Paul, that was someone else screaming that.
That was Paul
Oh,
screaming.
that was
was
Paul
Paul
screaming.
screaming,
Okay.
Why would he say one's out? If they know we're out, they would say we're all out. We're the only four here, right?
I don't think
There's
he's
gotta be-
talking about us.
There's got to be more on this floor.
As the four of you are talking, you sort of find yourselves in looks to be like a very classic man's study. If there was a set on the show Mad Men, it would almost
Weird.
belong there.
This is like an office.
Yeah, exactly. Almost sort of like a very, very masculine looking office.
This seems out of place and time, just like that other room with the wallpaper and
Is
stuff.
there anything on the
It's
walls?
like 10 years older than the other one.
There is. Billy, you sort of start to realize that there are, as opposed to the previous room, which was bare except for this gross wallpaper, there are paintings hanging all over this room.
Are they wet or dry?
They seem to all be dry.
Who painted these?
And even as you ask the question out loud, you know that you did.
How did these get in here?
You recognize these?
These are mine. These are all mine.
Is this his office?
There are some paintings that just look like, paintings of the orderlies that, were made to make them look like in an unflattering light. There's a couple of paintings of the courtyard. It's clearly all things that you have painted since being admitted. There are trees, some that look like the tree in the courtyard, some that start to look a lot more like the tree in the book.
When did you paint these?
I don't know. I guess since I've been here, I didn't know they were saving our stuff.
One particular painting of the tree that seems to sort of match the image in the book almost completely as you're looking at it, Myra. These clouds that sort of look like they're strapping past and through the tree are painted in these very vibrant shades of green. Sort of almost these ombre effects that give them the almost effect that they're glowing. Almost like an aurora effect.
This is the scene from the book. The tree and the clouds. Is there,
I haven't seen that book. Why would I paint that?
I don't know. Is there anything else in the painting?
Riley, just past Laura. Shotgun stands on either side of a painting that shows two figures, both dressed all in black, sunken eyes with a faint glow. in the center.
Faint glow in the center, like a glowing. Okay. You painted that one over there?
Yeah, these are all mine.
What made you paint that one?
I don't know.
Billy, as the sort of silence fills the room from the group, it's not even just the silence, it's this silence that almost like a parent or a loved one or a friend or a lover discovering that you've done something wrong. And as that silence sort of just builds around you, almost like this ominous presence, I want you to roll against your sanity.
$68.
Okay. Go and roll 1d6.
3.
You lose 3 sanity points. And this sort of emotion starts to just build up in front of you as this just completely unexplainable thing has started to just well up inside of you and present itself in front of you. It doesn't make sense, and yet it's there. There's no logic behind it. You don't remember it. There's no memory attached to it. But here they are, memories of things that you've done in front of these walls for all of these people to see. You feel exposed. And you almost like tears sort of start to well up in your eyes as you sort of choke back a cry, just sort of completely losing control of that emotion, that sort of control you like to present yourself with, that mask of superiority that you present Dr. Scene with just sort of starts to melt away.
Why are these in here? Why would they do that?
Why are they doing any of this? You know? It seems like everything we've ever said, just, or done, manifests and somehow gets used against us.
Another shot. A little closer.
Oh, God.
We're not patients, and we're
Laura,
not suspects. We're prey.
almost as soon as you say we're prey is when that shot rings out.
What is going on out there?
You're not proud of it, but it's not the first time you've even heard a gunshot in your life. You've been in dangerous places before. You've been in uncomfortable places before. As that shot rings out, you go ahead and roll against your sanity as this sort of fear of like sharp, loud noises hit you.
94.
Okay. Go ahead and roll 1d6.
Oh, is that a 6 or a 9?
It's a D6.
That's 6. That's it's in the name.
Okay.
Should probably guess that.
You lose 6 points of sanity. Go ahead and continue.
I gotta get out of this room. I want to get
What are
out
you
of here.
down to?
52.
Continue.
I want to get out of here. I don't want to be in this room anymore.
Okay, let's
All
look
right, we'll
for
find a
get
way out.
We'll find a way out.
I don't want to go through those sounds. I don't want.
What?
Those sounds.
Well, we can't stay
Okay.
in here. We gotta get out of here.
What if she pointed at us
She?
or
Who?
whoever it is?
Are the
Laura, you're starting to see, as you're sort of looking around and
Wait.
backing up and talking to everyone, you're almost sort of starting to see almost as if there's an image overlapped on each of the other women in the room with you. Almost like a piece of them is moving right before the rest of them moves, almost like there's a double over top of each of them. It's just off enough.
Is there another way out of here? Do you see a way out?
I'm looking for him, but Do I see shotgun at all, or are they gone?
They're gone.
They're gone. I don't know. They're
Okay.
fucking left
Okay,
again.
it's okay. It's all right.
Can I
We-
start checking behind the
Yeah,
paintings?
we got to them.
Sure. As you start looking around, Riley, this instance, they're gone. They're this help, this anchor that you're so used to has been so inconsistent in this time of need, that you are just starting to feel helpless. You're really starting to feel abandoned, and that feeling of helplessness and abandonment sparks a memory in you that kicks off a bout of madness.
Okay. So before I went to college, went to university, and actually I wasn't originally studying criminology.
It's an interesting thing to fall into.
Right.
I apologize. That's a bad choice of words.
Okay. So I feel like you kind of already know this story, but
I want to hear it from you.
oh yeah, you always want to hear it from me.
It's important.
Yep. Okay, I'll fucking tell you then, all right? Because I don't get to leave till I do. So, I was actually studying bio, and I had there's this guy in my class, Davey, and he was quiet, but we had the same study group, and I don't know, we got along. I wouldn't say we were like close. We weren't close friends, but we were acquaintances. And one day I was coming back from a late night study. Was passing into the parking garage. Davey was, I don't know, he was standing on the edge, but it looked like he was facing towards the baseball stadium, so I thought maybe he was watching a game or something, I don't know, and I just called out to him, Davey, is the game on? Or playing? You know, what are you watching? And he didn't turn around. I thought, okay, he just didn't hear me, so I walked a little bit closer. I said, Davey, why are you ignoring me? As a joke. He still didn't turn around. I thought maybe he was listening to music or something. I got a little closer and I said, Davey, kind of yelled it at him. And he looked back at me for a moment. And like he was waiting for me to say something else. And I just said, what are you doing? He's like, I don't know if, I don't know what else to do. I thought, I just said, what are you talking about? And he said, I have nothing else, I can't. And I feel like I should have known that. I should have known what that meant, but I just said, what do you mean? And he kind of just slowly turned back and he just jumped. He jumped. And part of me couldn't really understand that. I thought, what floor are we on? He just jumped down. And it hit me. I was like, we're like, you know, on the 4th floor of the parking garage. It's a big garage. And I froze. I didn't know what to do. And then finally I got myself to run. I got myself to run to the edge. And I looked down and obviously he was down there.
According to my records at least, he didn't die immediately.
Nope. No, but I was frozen. I kept hearing a voice. I kept hearing something say, do something. You need to move. But I couldn't. I couldn't move.
Tick-tock.
Yeah, I was running out of time, but I couldn't move. I just couldn't move. And I kept hearing that. I kept hearing like a clock or something. I don't know if it was I don't think I had a wristwatch on, but I heard something, but I couldn't move.
Roll 1d6.
2.
Okay. You lose 2 points of sanity. As we sort of come back into the room, Billy, you're starting to start checking behind the paintings. The first one, you sort of grab and you start to pull off the side. You're shaking at this point, and there's just a moment, just long enough, where it just starts to slip out of your hands and you catch it. It's almost a gasp. And I need you to roll against your sanity.
71.
Okay. The shock of almost dropping that painting, it's almost a sense memory. Your boyfriend wasn't necessarily a bad man, but he did have a temper. When you were clumsy, when you'd drop things, when you'd run into things, he'd call you on it. He'd piss you off, or you'd piss him off. He wouldn't let it go. And there's just that moment, just the sense memory moment of the times where he'd lash out. That triggers that fear of making mistakes, having accidents. Roll 1d6.
5.
Okay. You need to get out of this room. That supersedes anything the other women are saying. That supersedes any needs that you have. You just need to get out of this room.
I just turn on my heel and just walk out.
Okay.
The way we came in.
Yeah.
It's the only way in and out.
Oh.
There's no other doors in here. The three of you
Billy.
see Billy go. Laura, as you watch her go, there's just a moment where she's still standing there as she walks away, and then the double follows.
I'm getting out of here. I'm getting out of here.
Wait.
I gotta get out of here. We're getting out of here.
We don't know
There's
who's in
something
there.
out
We don't know.
there.
I don't care. I'm getting out of
No,
here. I start walking down the hallway.
Further in?
Yes.
Okay.
I go running
go-
after her with my mop and my book.
I go out as well.
We gotta get out of here. We gotta out of here right
The
now.
same
Okay,
We gotta
we
thing
are
legitimately
right
go
happens,
now.
Laura, as the other two walk away. They're doubles for just a moment, almost like time is glitching and catching up to itself.
I
Laura?
Laura, we
don't
gotta
run
stick
past.
together.
I walked past.
Okay.
Something doesn't feel right. Something doesn't feel right.
Okay. I want to listen.
Billy,
and
as you are... Sorry, go ahead.
I was going to say I want to listen and see if we can hear any commotion.
Okay, roll your listen.
I'm going to use a reroll because my listen's pretty good.
Okay, you have 7.
Great. God damn, I'm going to use another one. I'm going to use a different set of dice. 67, that's a success. My listen's 70, so.
Okay.
Whew.
As the other three women are hurrying forward, you're listening as quietly, as
Wait.
carefully as you can, and you start to hear something very familiar. It's the sound, the voice. It's it was in a language you didn't understand, in a voice that was not your brother's. But you hear further into the darkness the voice that you heard from your brother when you knew he had to die.
Wait.
As she calls out, wait, Billy, roll your spot hidden.
12.
Ooh.
Okay. As that voice, we'll get there in just a second, as that voice sort of starts to trickle out from down the hallway, Myra, suddenly the clarity of hearing that voice again triggers in you a memory that kicks off a bout of madness.
I mean, I was just going over there to pick up his house keys. You see, he and, Ivan, Ivan was his boyfriend. They just moved into that apartment. So I didn't have a spare key yet, and they were gonna be going out of town. Just, for the weekend. It was Memorial Day weekend. Pretty normal, right?
Of course.
To go on a trip.
You didn't expect him to be there when you walked in.
No, I expected him to be there.
Understood.
Not that.
I don't think I have a good idea of what it... Will you describe the creature for me?
It was like a...
What were its eyes like, Myra?
It was just chasms.
Did it have pupils?
Not really. Just, like... glow. Sort of a pupil-sized glowing from within these dark sockets. It was like a person had been turned inside out. And it said something, but I couldn't understand what it was saying. It was like it was just trying to summon more of its friends or something. I don't know. I just knew that if I didn't stop it right then, it would have been worse. There would have been more.
Roll 1d6.
1.
Okay.
But it...
Billy. As you are stepping forward, we rolled your spot hidden. Is that what we rolled?
Mm-hmm.
You see it before you run into it. A body on the floor. And the wide eyes of Cherry the Orderly staring up at you. Hair gone. Top of her head.
Ugh.
Uh,
The sides of her face covered in fresh burns.
Oh my god. You guys. There's another body over here.
Who?
It's Cherry. Oh my god.
I run up next to her.
Now that you see the body, maybe everyone was too distracted by the paintings, what's been going on, but just this wall of smell hit you, this stench of charred flesh.
She's burnt.
And even with this woman in front of you, actually, all four of you, well, not Myra, you're sort of in your own zone right now. The three of you roll against your sanity.
75.
92.
Okay, roll 1d6, both of you. Or all three of you.
Oh, Jesus. Sorry.
5.
6.
Am I rolling or who's rolling?
Did you succeed or fail?
Oh, I failed.
Okay, so yeah, roll 1d6
Okay.
as well.
2.
Okay, each of you subtract that amount. You're kind of good. It's not the first. It's not the first body you've seen. Riley, the two of you freak out. You're done. You are absolutely done right now.
I can't go any further. I can't. I know, it's
You
hard.
gotta get the fuck out of here.
We
She
still
didn't
have to
deserve
keep
this. She
it-
didn't know.
You gotta get the
I know.
fuck
She
out of here
didn't.
right now.
But
I gotta get out of here. I gotta get out of here. Where the
Let's go.
fuck is
Let's go.
shotgun? I gotta get
We'll
out
have
of
to
here
go-
right now.
I don't know. I'll look
Excuse
for him.
me. Maybe you hadn't freaked out, you would have seen her because it was a very good. There's a woman, street clothes, standing just a couple of yards away from you down the hall. Darker skin, blonde hair. She is holding a Zippo lighter and a can of spray paint. Let me guess. Patience? Up in the light?
Yeah.
Nice to meet you. I'm Abby. Hello. I have a great fucking idea. Who wants to go with me to get the fuck out of here?
I do.
2, 3.
I do.
How about that
Yeah.
one? All 4. Fucking fantastic. Let's go open a gate. 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 She
Okay.
turns and walks further on into the darkness.
I follow her.
Okay.
Same.
Same.
I'm walking after her, but I'm like flipping through the pages of the book,
As you are flipping through the pages
trying to find
of
like
the book,
a gate just to make sure it's not like open a hell mouth.
you feel just a little lightheaded at first, and then start to feel this tingle in your fingertips as you sort of start to slow your pace. The other four sort of moving on ahead, and you sort of feel that you start to just get hit by this intense wave of vertigo, and you almost start to feel nauseous as the world almost starts to feel like it's shaking, dipping, turning, flipping. Up starts to feel down, right starts to feel wrong. And it passes after a moment. And you recognize 2 things to be true. 1, that your brother was a demon, and that you were not crazy. And that 2, one of the women of Group 1 does not belong here. And does not fit. And that is where we'll end tonight's episode of You Left It Dead.
Dang!
We got there. Thank you guys so much. It has taken me 2 episodes to figure out that fear of accidents, but we got there.
Hey!
All right. Thank the 4 of you so much. Thank you, Lucas, on the 1s and 2s. Lucas, I want to run through contributions, but I locked myself out of the tablet because I accidentally hit OK on the updates. And it's just been updating the whole show. And then there's a picture of Zach looking funny, and I don't know the password. Here we go. I'll hit reload. We got it. All right. Hey.
Hey!
Thanks.
Hey.
Give it up for this guy. This guy's amazing. This guy's why the show's so spooky. Nailed it. All right, let's get through some of these. Thank you guys so much. You guys came in real big tonight with some really cool stuff. Thank you so much. It really adds so much to the show. All right, where should we start? Okay, let's start way down here at the beginning. We kicked off. Oh, man, we were... Oh, I wish I had this unlocked. We were so close to the goal. We were so close to tonight's goal, which would unlock a complete Eldritch encounter. That would have been super, super cool. No worries, though. Negihama, thank you so much. Hashtag rerolls for the table tonight. Thank you so much. Oh, you banked us some rerolls. That's why there were so many when we started. Wilder1251, hashtag reroll. Thank you. Duke Devil95, hashtag reroll. Shadow Uzumaki, starting a hashtag NPC, a female orderly named Cherry with shocking red hair, her shadow wide, constantly smiling, unnaturally wide, sweet Cherry. Sweet.
R.I.P.
Sweet Cherry. Sure, R.I.P. Cherry. Absolutely. That's what that meant. Veldrin, I can't see what's going on currently, but I expect everyone involved is being sensible and making good, wholesome decisions. Hashtag reroll. Peak 1, this is towards the hashtag NPC for Cherry. J Pistol, finishing off an insanity for Myra. Everything's normal, Myra. Everything's normal. And yeah, it pretty much was tonight. Everything was pretty standard. Doomsday Danny. Oh no, I lost it. There it is. Hashtag NPC towards Cherry. She sounds like fun. A constant smile is always positive. You know what? It kind of was this time. Peak 1, hashtag reroll. J Pistol. Myra. Oh yeah. Myra has Europhobia, the fear of cats. Hashtag phobia.
That's just me.
So, yeah.
I like it.
Emma 5, scared of cats. That's no way to be in the world.
I love my cat.
So funny.
Logan Pars, this is towards a hashtag phobia of loud noises for the person of your choosing. And that person was Laura. Duke Devil 95, hashtag phobia for Myra. Mirrors and reflections. When Myra sees a reflection, it's off. It's not quite right. It looks like her, but the eyes are not her. They look at her through her accusingly as if they know something Myra won't admit. Peak 1, hashtag phobia. Billy man, you guys are hitting me with actual phobia names. I know all of you guys have like phobia.com open. I'm not the only dumb one in this table, in this room. Sedatophobia, the fear of silence, which also took a while to figure out. Every now and then you guys will notice I would be like, are you being stealthy?
That's it.
Dashing CN, hashtag NPC, Abigail Wells, a patient with pyromania.
Nice.
Oh boy.
Very excited about
Great.
Abigail Wells.
Great.
So good. I can respect that.
We're not going to tell them that.
Oh.
Shadows Maki helping build Dashing CN's Pyromaniac NPC. Peak 1 towards hashtag NPC Abigail. Orion Power 2001 coming in clutch. Hashtag NPC finishing off NPC Abigail. Winston EXE. Hey, here's 10 to that hashtag phobia. Peak 1 towards the current hashtag phobia. Shadows Maki finishing Logan Parr's hashtag phobia of loud noises for the person of your choosing. Bam.
Boom.
Bam, bam, bam. Dan Bowski 11 hashtag reroll. Thank you so much. They need them.
Yes.
Oh, this game sucks with rolling. It's so mean.
Yeah, it's
It's so hard.
Doomsday Danny hashtag GM. I knew you'd come in for this. I knew you'd come in hard. The world shakes and dips, it turns, it flips, up is down and right is wrong. There's truth behind the patient's eyes. Myra sees it all. Someone does not belong. Keen 456. Here's some more towards that hashtag GM power. J Pistol towards Danny's GM. Thank you guys for coming in and supporting that because it was really cool.
It was cool.
I was watching it
yeah.
build
It was
and I
really
was like,
cool.
please. Oh shoot, we did make it to the goal. Which means. Next week,
time is fun.
what if I was like, everyone back in places? Next week, we will
Kicking
kick
off.
off with something real big. Let me make a note. This all looks
snap.
psychotic. Bam. Okay. There's a little more towards that GM power. J Pistol towards Danny's GM. Uber Baldy a bit more towards that hashtag GM. Mel Pimento more towards the hashtag GM. Shadows Maki adding in 20 for that GM by Danny. Winston EXE hashtag reroll. Thank you. They need them. Oh, they're gonna. I'm so glad you guys have some banked for next week because you're screwed. Zenithman, hashtag insanity to Riley. Uber Baldy, a bit more towards that hashtag insanity. J Pistol finishing off that hashtag insanity for Riley. J Pistol. Hey, I agree, Emma. Myra's sanity does seem too high. Hashtag insanity for Myra. Thank you. That was a good one. I really liked it. Peak 1. Look, more hashtag reroll. Mel Pimento starting a hashtag phobia. For Riley, we'll get into it next week.
Yeah.
Not telling you what it is yet. Zenithman, hashtag phobia, whatever we got. Winston EXE, hashtag phobia. Peak 1 to finish Riley's new phobia that you'll find out about next week. J Pistol, hashtag insanity for Billy. I think that came in. I think that must have come in right when we ended. So we'll kick off. I didn't make it go crazy right there at the end, did I? No, I did not. We'll do it at the beginning. Let me do a note here. Hashtag insanity for Billy. Eve Will 91, hashtag reroll every few bucks counts. Let's do it. Thank you guys so much. Nice. And Andrew David, sorry, that was Zenthaman. I keep like reading your all's other screen names and stuff, and I apologize. I'm bad at this. Mel Pimento, hashtag rerolls for next week. Thank you guys so much. We blew past all 3 goals, which means
that's amazing.
Yeah.
3 elements from the Book of Shadows have kicked in. One, which I'm ready to tell you, which I'm okay to tell you guys about. Someone wrote a nice little poem. Justin out there wrote a nice little poem about a certain tree in the Book of Shadows in there, which is now a pivotal part of the game.
It's a tree.
I love this thing, and there are 2 others that are going to kick off the week next week. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for participating in the Book of Shadows. If you haven't yet, throw something in there, a spell, a poem, a song, a scary story, like a nightmare you had one time.
I have always wanted to use magic in Call of Cthulhu because, like, you technically can, and I've never gotten to, so if there's a spell in the Book of Shadows, which is currently in my possession, I would not be mad.
I think you guys are going to have fun next week.
Yay!
Thank you guys so much for coming out, for supporting. Make sure you check out Warhammer this week. Make sure you check out all of Hyper's good programming. You guys know what's up. We'll see you next week. Until next time, let the madness take you. Good night.